Our state has so much history, and towns throughout it have a place to preserve and celebrate its past. Wendell, Massachusetts still needs that spot, but the Wendell Historical Society has an idea. Edward Hines, the president of the Wendell Historical Society, shares more on how you can keep these small towns' history alive. How are you today?
Well, I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
It's great to be here.
Tell me a little bit about this small town.
Well, Wendell is about an hour north of Springfield. We're actually about the same size in terms of square miles as Springfield. Springfield is about 33 square miles. Wendell is 32. The big difference is we're a hill town and we're mostly forest. Much of Wendell's land is still open space, and we're really proud of that.
Absolutely. And what is some of the history behind the town?
Well, Wendell has an uptown, which is about 1,100 feet up. And it has a downtown, which is right on the Millers River and the old Fitchburg line of the B&M Railroad. It's also on the Mohawk Trail, where people love to go during fall foliage. So down in the depot, there is a building that our Historical Society would like to purchase and make into Wendell's very first historical museum.
And why did you want to do this to preserve some of the history?
Well, because Wendell has never had one. We were incorporated in 1781, and since that time, we've never had one building dedicated to preserving and displaying and celebrating our history. Not only our history of Wendell and Wendell Depot, but of the region where we're located.
So what are you doing to make sure that you can get this depot and transform it and to preserve that?
We're working hard. That's what we're doing. We're trying to raise the money to buy the building and then renovate it and hopefully open it up to the public.
And what do you think that renovation process is going to be like? Do you think it'll be a big process, or is that depot pretty good on its own right now?
No, it's something we're going to be bringing some love to that has needed some love for a very long time. We're gonna do something nice for the community.
And how can people help that community?
People can go to our homepage, www.wendellhistoricalsociety.org. Make sure you put in .org, otherwise you'll go to North Carolina. And there's a link to our GoFundMe page, and you could donate there. And I would welcome anyone who thinks that history is important, who feels that they want to help out in our cause to preserve Wendell's history, to please donate.
And speaking of the history, you are going to sing an original song for us today. And how does that relate? Well,
the song is called Loggers Holler. It's a song I wrote about 8 years ago, and it's about the old days when the rivers were used to move logs, to move timber to the mills, where they would be processed for various things, paper or furniture or whatever. So, for example, the Connecticut River was used to transport logs from, say, Vermont or from Bernardston or Northfield down to the mills of Turner's Falls and Holyoke. And that's a big part of our history. So that's what this song is about. And in this song, there are terms that you just never hear anymore because it's about the logging days. Things like pick pole, which is a big long pole that you use to move the logs, or auger, or an auger handle, a person who moves the logs off of the shore, or wings when logs get jammed up on the shore, things like that. So it's a little bit of history and music, which I love to do.
And what a great way to teach people about the history of the town than through a song.
Well, you know, I taught for 27 years, and history was always a big and important part of my lessons, and I think my former students will tell you that.
And tell me about the instrument that you're going to also be playing.
Yeah, so this is an Arabic bouzouki. It is an instrument that is a long-necked lute. It's similar to the Greek bouzouki, except it has quarter tones on it, which are notes that we do not have on our Western scales. And I like to sort of bring that stuff into my music. I like to do things that are different. So because I lived in Turkey many, many years ago, I like to bring the Turkish influence and the Arabic influence into my original music.
And I am so excited to hear that song.
Thank you.
I thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
Good luck with all of this, with the depot and preserving that history.
Thanks so much.
It's great to talk
Appreciate
to you today.
It. Thank you. Loggers Holler. bunk. Picking logs each and every day, breaking jams to clear the way. Biscuits, donuts, ham and tea, driving logs in the line for me, floating timber to the mill. Don't fall in, you will catch a shoe, logging down the river. Auger handlers have a chore, breaking wings up on the shore. Big pole moves logs downstream, logging means working on a team. Biscuits, donuts, ham and tea, driving logs in the line for me, floating timber to the mill. Don't fall in, you will catch a chill, logging down the river. Turn on the dam just to make a hit. Shake those logs, no time to sit.